operating lease.
There are internal auditors everywhere, then how did that Vijay Mallya fraud even happen?
On the other hand, we also have the formula which is very important, where we are going to talk about dividend valuation model with the growth. Okay, this is quite important. And how do you calculate your dividend valuation model with growth? It is RE is equal to D0 into 1 plus G divided by P0 plus G. Alright. So, over here, what's happening? You know that D0 is nothing but the current dividend, correct? And 1 plus G. G over here, no brainer, it means it's the growth rate, correct? P0 is nothing but your ex-dividend market price of the share. So, that thing remains the same. And what are we calculating? Here we are assuming that there is growth, correct? We are assuming that there is growth. So, the same formula, now D0 is current dividend. 1 plus G, if I put D0 into 1 plus G, then I am talking about the next year's dividend. So, I can write this formula as D1 divided by P0 plus G. I can write it this way also. Just keep in mind that when I write D0, it is current dividend that I am talking about. Alright. If I am writing D0 into 1 plus G, D0 into 1 plus G is nothing but D1, which is your next year dividend. Alright. And you know, G is your growth rate, which is to be expressed in decimals. Remember that. This is to be expressed in decimals. And P0 is your ex-dividend market price of the share. Now, we know what the formula is. So, we can say that RE is equal to D1 plus D1 divided by P0 plus G. Alright. Okay. So now, if you observe this, in this particular formula, there was no growth. And over here, there is growth. That means, in general, as an investor, as an equity shareholder, we expect growth, right? We expect growth in both. We expect growth in our dividends also, and we expect growth in our share price also. And that is why you should be careful in the question whether they have given you the current dividend or whether they have given you the next year's dividend. Because if they have given you next year's dividend, then like a fool, don't again go to put 1 plus G. Okay, that does not make sense. Because that will be like again calculating growth, right? So we are not going to do such mistakes. So D1 divided by P0 plus G. So if in the question they have told that $5 is next year's dividend, then you directly take $5. But if they tell that $5 is the current dividend and the growth rate is expected to be 10%, then you will do 5 into 1 plus 0.05. This is something that you should be careful about. Okay. So, this is one aspect of arriving at your cost of equity. Now that you can see this formula here, right? This entire formula which you can see here, I can actually interchange this, so this would be the final formula, of course, but in case I want to calculate the market price of the share, alright, you remember this thing that we saw here? What are they saying? Market value of an investment is equal to present value of future cash flows discounted at investors' required rate of return, right? So, if you see this formula of dividend valuation model, what was the formula? It was RE is equal to D0 into 1 plus G divided by P0 plus G. Correct? Pay attention. This is a very important concept. Now, I want to know what is the value of a share. What is the market value of the share? Can I interchange this formula? Of course I can, right? So what will I do? P0 is equal to, this P0 will come here and D0 into 1 plus G divided by this RE will go down plus G, correct? But then I want to know what is the market price of the share. So can I say P0 is equal to D1 divided by RE plus G? 1 second. I will do it properly over here. So we all know that there's no much space here. We know this formula. So here what did we do? We calculated using this dividend valuation model, where we understood what is the cost of equity or equity shareholders required rate of return. But we need to understand that this same formula can be used to calculate the market price of the share as well. You can use the same formula to calculate the market price of the share, which simply means that this plus G will go here, right? So I'll write it here so that you can relate to it. So it would be this plus G, if it goes that side, it will be minus G is equal to D1 divided by P0, correct? Now I want to know what P0 is. So can I say P0 is equal to D1 divided by this entire thing will come down, right? RE minus G. So this is how I have calculated my market price of the share. Now more on this we will come to it when we are going ahead with this chapter. You will understand this concept better when we are doing a particular problem. The reason I got this up right now is because of this statement where they're saying market value of an investment. Like if I want to know what is the market price of the share, what exactly am I doing? I am converting my future cash flows discounted at investors' required rate of return, right? Now that investors' required rate of return is nothing but your RE, correct? And on the top your future cash flow will be. So as a shareholder, what is your future cash flow? As a shareholder, your future cash flow is the dividends that you get, right? So dividend divided. So when I do dividend divided by the investors' required rate of return, this is basically the same thing. P0 is the market price of the share, which is equal to present value of future cash flow. So the moment you divide your investors' required rate of return, what are you getting? You are getting the present value of what? Of the future cash flow. What are your future cash flow? It is your dividends. So this is the logic behind the formula. Anyways, they are not going to ask questions on that, but just for your information, you need to know how that formula was derived, right? That's the reason I got this up. How with the help of the same formula of dividend valuation model, how it can be interchanged and it can be used to calculate the market price of the share. So you need to know a little bit of basic maths also, because things like this can be asked.